Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the ride. Blessed, what is this? You know, these so-called holidays, they get everybody mixed up in terms of what time it is and what day it is and all this kind of stuff. So it feels like a Tuesday, but it's actually a Monday. We are live and getting ready to introduce a very special guest. I want to ask you all to like and share the video. Like and share the video so that we can bring our family in the room. Of course, this will be living on our social media platform. We'll be living on our YouTube video and everything. We'll be living on Facebook. However, it's such a wonderful thing to be able to tap in live, you know. So we just inviting y'all for an early lunch and learn, or a late lunch, I would say, a late lunch. Speaking with one of our spiritual giants, and I don't use either of those words lightly. I've had the great blessing of interviewing him a couple times now, and this will be our third time. And we are really, 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 really looking forward to hearing what he has to say about a number of topics as it relates to our African world. We realize, again, to quote Dr. John Henry Clark, that all history is a current event, and the events that transpired 5 minutes ago or 5,000 years ago or 500 years ago directly affect what would transpire 5 years from now or 5 minutes from now or 5,000 years from now. So with that being said, I'm going to pull him up. It's late where he is in Nigeria. We have the opportunity to speak to him on the heels or on the eve of his Ifa festival, a yearly event which, for those of you who may not be familiar with what it is, we're going to get him to share all of that information. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time in the introduction. I'm going to him, the legendary he is, to speak for himself, and we will be able to sip on his words. Reflect. That's the media in a way that it's recorded so that we can have an opportunity to reflect from time to time. I'm going to interview him with his permission. Things that are happening in the world. I want to introduce him properly. And of course, we know that protocol in the indigenous way is not just for protocol's sake, just like there's no culture for culture's sake and art for art's sake. It all has very practical reality, you know? Just like namesake, they all have practical reality. So our special guest today is the Agbongbon of Osogbo land, also the Bale Apowe of Odua land, and the Agesin Jawe Ifa. I hope I'm getting that correct in terms of the
correct.
Fakayode Faniyi, godfather of so many of us, and I'm saying us, I include myself, I'm proud to be included in that number, around the world. A teacher, so many, a great spiritual leader, and I would definitely say a living legend. So we're happy, we're honored to have him with us today. Baba Agbongbon Abura Boye Aboshisheo.
Agbato, Asule, ìwọ ni wọ́n fún ayé Babaláwo, Falaje, Falore, Kofi, Wayana. Yes.
We're so happy and proud and honored that you have chosen to join us today for a few moments. And we know it's late there in Nigeria, so we want to get right into the meat of the matter.
Yes.
some of these questions before, but some of that interview has not been broadcast live on the radio and everything. So just to start very
Okay.
the meaning of those titles that I mentioned. Uh, Abongbon of Osogbo land. What does that title entail? What does that mean?
Agbongbon Awo for Osogbo land is a great title, and it's number fourth in rank to the Araba, which is our spiritual head. So Araba is number one, Akoda Awo Osogbo number two, Aseda Awo Osogbo number three. Then Agbongbon rank as the fourth Babalawo in Osogbo land. But in Ile-Ife and some other towns, Agbongbon rank as the second to the Araba in Ile-Ife. Apart from the Araba, Agbaye, Olu-Isese, Owolabi, Okanranwale, Agbongbon of Ile-Ife is the second in command. So, and many other towns like that, yeah, Agbongbon is number two. But in our Osogbo, and the way our forefathers laid it down, Agbongbon is number four. So, and it's part of the six great chiefs that we call them the Warefa, that deliberates about the matters concerning the all traditional festivals in the city of Osogbo and its environment. And then, whenever our king wants to divine, must be part of it to pinpoint and narrate and chant the Odu that show up in any of the special divination, whether for during the festival or semi-festivals or to resolve any other things in the city. Lọ́ba àwọn tó ti gbé wọn dí àbá lọ́wọ́ o, ẹ wà wà báyìí. But now, so that's it. Uh, as,
Land.
a, as an Agbongbon. Yes, I hope you understand.
So you mentioned Osogbo land. For those who don't know, tell us a little bit about the historical significance of Osogbo land to the Yoruba people and to the Yoruba spiritual
Uh,
cosmology.
yes, Osogbo land found in the center of all the southwest part of Nigeria that is known as Yoruba, Osun people. So Osogbo was founded, I don't have the record, but it's thousands of years ago. And before they were living in Ipole, which is like north, maybe like 10 kilometer north side of Osogbo. But when there is drought, some of our father, forefathers, Ogun Olutime, a great Ogun priest and a great hunter, so he embarked on hunting and game expedition to look, to seek for where they can get big river, so that during dry season, that river will not dry. So and it will be used for them for domestic use and even to do their farming, so that they can have many agricultural produce. So we trek from that Napoleon southwest, and then we reach the big grove, which is dark green grove, where we have river Osun. So he took shower there, he drank the water. The water is as fresh as living spring water, and then we returned back the second day to tell his fellow people that he has found a big river and that there will be a new settlement for them. So all of them migrated down to the bank of Osho River, and that's where they are building their huts, houses, and by the time they want to build the first palace, they need to can't cut some trees because of the tools. So they have to set fire under some trees. And by the time that this big tree want to fall, it fell to the water, to the river Osun. And there was a big outcry, a big outcry that says, ah, gbogbo ẹ̀yin Osogbo wọ̀nyí, gbogbo ìkòkò àrò mi lẹ ti fọ́. That is, you, the wizard of the forest, powerful wizard of the forest, you have destroyed all my pots of dye. So they heard the voices from a woman, and that woman is our special mother, our Yeye Osun. She lamented how our pot of dye, many of it got broken or and died and even polluted the water. So, but they wrote the name. So they moved closer to the river, prostrate, women kneel down, and they were begging the year or so. They were rolling on the bare ground to beg for forgiveness that they don't know, they want to settle here because this will be a good new abode, new home, new town or settlement for them. And Yeye agreed to be for them to settle. Although he asked them to move some feet away from the river because of the flooding. So that's the first palace of Osogbo was built inside that Osogbo. It's still there up to today. So it's the elders Ogun Tiime and Laroye and some other people that supported them, Ogidan. So they are the one and other people that they are leaders from the Pole. So the name that we can give to this new town, new city, is from the word from the year so that says Osogbo. Osogbo, that is the wizards of the forest. So then they put it together, it connotes Osogbo, Osogbo, and that's where we are here today. So, but they reached a covenant, they reached a lot of agreement about how they will be celebrating the Osho festival in the month of August every year. And since that time, they have been celebrating Osho in August. And it's for a whole 2 weeks and expanded for another extra 2 weeks. So for like a whole month from towards the end of July and the whole month of August. That's where we are using to celebrate Osogbo up till now. That's the historical background now, how Osogbo was founded. Although a lot of things was happening during the day and at night, all those things were put together during the annual Osogbo festival as what we call Iwopopo, that is procession, the first street inside the city, the lighting of the 16 strong lamp of Osen, call it Olojumeni, and then the day specially dedicated for the day of crown and to appease head appeasement, Ibori, Ibuade, and then they put together the day specially designed for special reading for the king, for the fortune maid, the young lady that will be a calabash carrier, the calabash that contain all the relics, all the things of Osun and the icons. So at the end of the day, which will come as far grand finale day, is one of the Friday that month, which will all of Osogbo city, fans, daughters, friends, people from diaspora, from people from all walks of life will embark. So we just celebrated this less than a month ago now. So Osogbo is a big Osogbo festival. It's a big festival, and I can say the biggest traditional festival in Nigeria. So that's the story about.
Big festival. What comes to my mind? One of the reasons, one of the main things I wanted to
Hmm?
the
Say it.
impact, the impact of our traditional cultures on the modern world. Um,
Mm-hmm.
every time you and I have spoken in an interview, we really touch
Mm-hmm.
on that, stay on that theme today because the more the things change, the more they stay the same. You know, the more the world gets modern, the more the people of the world are reminded that they should not forsake their roots. So previously, when we spoke,
Yes.
we were talking about the Odu or the sign, the heavenly sign, the scripture of the year, which one of the main messages from the Odu was that the people who are practitioners of the Ifa tradition, the people who are traditional in that sense, in the Yoruba
Yes.
way, should should remind the world, especially the leaders of the world, that they must hold fast to their tradition. So when we
Yes.
spoke in the middle of, and you gave us a very compelling update in terms of some of the initiatives that were being put out there, especially towards governments of the world who have been ravaging and stealing from the people and running their countries amok. So I wanted to ask you, because we're in a new year now, but if you can give
Mm-hmm.
us a summary of how that campaign has been going in terms of reminding the people, the powers, the so-called powers of be, that they should not forsake their traditional ways.
Thank you. So, although there is civilization upon civilization, there is evolution upon evolution, but still, Osogbo or Osun Festival in Osogbo, or Ifa Festival, or Ogo Festival, Sego Festival, Oro Festival, and many other traditional festivities in Osogbo, they still stay original. No diluted, no pollution, no, we didn't add any new things, and we did not omit any of all the steps. So that's part of my advice for all of us of which African descent or descendants worldwide to go back to our roots, to trace back our roots, and to know the religion of our forefathers and the religion of our motherland, to embrace it and not to degrade it, and to uphold it, and even to expose it to the outside world, and then propagate it to the even some people that are even non-Africans. Because especially Ifa is global. And the same thing Osun is global. So it's a global religion that we of African descent must practice every day, every hour, every minute. And they start from to pay homage, to recognize that we have an Almighty God and that we have some Orisha, that they are the intermediary between the Almighty God and the other people. And then we have do's and don'ts. We have taboos that we must abide with. And there must be no taboo breaking. So all those are the things that is set down, laid down rule that make this world move forward. So my advice for all our people, maybe in Africa here or African descent, that globally to still make more research deep down to their roots, have the belief, because the foreign religion they have brainwashed our people for so long. Those missionaries from both sides, maybe from Muslim side or Christian side, they have brainwashed our people. We must not do follow anymore. It's better to stand on our feet and move forward and stay firmly and have faith and belief system, so that our religion is our religion, our Isese is our Isese, because that's the only way out. So is that clear, or you still find it? Hello?
Go ahead and say what you're saying. There was a delay, so I think you were saying something. Please continue.
Okay. And then for our religion to expand, we must carry all our children and grandchildren along. We must teach them the way of our life from time immemorial until the present day. We must teach them about the African way of greetings that imbibe respect, honor for all the elders. When our girls, female or daughter, will kneel down before their parents and receive blessing, daily blessing from their parents. And our male child can be young boy, can be a man, when his son or a man. So they too must respect the elders by greetings in their own way. And we must also wear our own clothes, the African clothes, African materials. So other than use things that are foreign. So and each parents also has duty to dedicate time, maybe an hour a day or few days in a week, to teach their children, to create time apart from the educational settings. So to also do all what is need to be done to make African religion stand on its feet, and to hold the belief system in their heart, to make it strong in their heart and in their mind. So So I think that's how it should be.
What you're talking about, Baba, is and as one
Teaching
of our
our daughter and our
have
grandchild on how to emulate, how to follow, and how to practice the religion, so that any preacher or know any other faith and be able to to direct the attention or convert our own children to something else. So that's it. So
our guest is Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi, Agbongbon, a war of a land. And the part I want to get to, one of your titles, Baba, Bale Apowe of Odua,
our
Bale
land,
Apowe. Because when,
that
as
is that
I heard you talking about,
Yoruba proverbs and idioms, idiomatic expression, Yoruba, because Veli Odufa 256 Odu with thousands of their verses has a lot of proverbs. It's a proverbial sentences, and then it's good to teach the young ones, the middle-aged one person, and then an adult, so that how to live a comfortable life, how to desist from extravagant living, how to have love for each other, how to keep faith, how to keep secrets, so that we won't become a foe or a traitor, so that we won't reveal the secrets of our fellow being. So that's why about five kings converge together to make that, to bestow that title on me as Baale Akowe of Oduduwa land. So Baale is like a chief, community chief. The title is not for like our city alone, or it's not for our state alone. Uh, it's, it's generally for Oduduwa land. Oduduwa is where all Yoruba speaking people are, whether in Nigeria or outside the country. So Baale Akowe.
apologize because I think I keep cutting you off, but I want to ask you in the context of your being Bale Apoe of Odua land, and as you just mentioned to us quite clearly, this is not just for Osogbo, it's not just for your compound, but this is a title that stretches to all the Yoruba world.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to ask, as you look around the world today, because one
Mm-hmm.
of the things from our audience is that being in your presence, being in your compound, it's very clear that you have a love for children. Yeah, and you shared with us even some of your schooling was led towards a pediatric doctor. But I'm saying that to say that as a teacher, you're somebody who has this heart for developing the youth. When you look upon the world, are there any proverbs come to your mind, come to your spirit in this moment that you feel are significant, are relevant to share with the wider world? You're speaking to a global audience. Um, are there any proverbs that come to your mind that you would like to share with us? The proverb and the meaning of them, that we can get some deeper substance and maybe understanding of some of the things that we are seeing happening in the world.
Yes. So thank you. So I will start from the simple aspect of the proverb that tell audience that the meaning of our proverbs and our idiomatic expression. One of it says that òwe lẹṣin ọ̀rọ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ ni ẹṣin òwe. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ bá sọnù, òwe ni a fi ń wá. That is, òwe proverbs is like the bridge or the thing that can teach us right way of pronunciation or make full sentences that will be meaningful, and that even some things happen or some words or things are missing. It's also through proverbs that will be revealed and that will be useful for the community. So another proverb says, "Ilé làá ká tó sọ ọmọ lórúkọ." That is, we look inside our house and compound before we do any naming, give new name to any children. We look at the background from the father side, mother side of the new baby or their grandparents before we give that uh, name. So, and some proverbs may even be like to boast that I'm a leader. That is, àwa làgbà, adìrẹ funfun, làgbà adìrẹ, àwa làgbà. That is, we are the leader. We are the leader. It was a white big rooster is the favorite and is the leader among all other birds or other feather weather roosters or hen. So white rooster is a leader. So and many other proverbs can lead to the how some enemies or traitors they try to trick us with how our destiny, our ori can save us and protect us. Mm, so, because there's proverb that says, "Abínú ẹni ní gbé tẹni jù sínú ibú, èèyàn tí ò bínú ẹni á gbé tẹni jù sókè." Èkìtì ẹ̀fọ̀n. That is, it was an enemy, foe that may try to throw our luck into the river or big deeps of the ocean. But whereas a good Samaritan, a good person, or good helper may save us or salvage us to secure those things from being perished and bring it back to our doorstep. So many other proverbs also has to do with cleanliness, to be tidy, to be neat always. Mm, and to see that we didn't pollute our area and things are clean. So and then we have a lot of proverbs that speak with the community, with the group of people. So and so on and so forth like that. We have some proverbs that they be the one that teach lesson, they bring lesson for maybe a sinner or an offender. So
We
small
know.
small needles. So they marry. So but when it grows to become like a knife, by the time it reach up to the knife, it can cut the hand of those wicked people bad people, trickish people. So, so mm, and then some program may be for us to know how to seek for refuge or run fast from any danger. So to run away from the danger. So ojúmọ́ rè bí gbogbo ara lóògùn rẹ̀. Ojúmọ́ rè bí is that for us not to encounter any danger, we must stand on our foot to move fast or run away fast. So from that uh, area, ojúmọ́ rè bí gbogbo ara ní oògùn rẹ̀. At least to avoid any havoc, avoid any danger. Best is to walk away or move fast from that same spot. So to go safe place. So and we have many more, but no, and we have compiled many. But still, you can see how we are using our proverbs, our way, which I'm a chief in, how we use it daily, on daily basis, so that people will know how to use it, how to teach some other people great lesson, but not a bitter lesson. For some people, if they ignore all the warnings, they ignore the advice from an elder, then it becomes something that will teach them a lesson in a hard way.
Yes, special guest is Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi Bale Apowe. And I just seen Jawe Ifa.
I
That's
can
the
see
one.
those are the nickname or aliases of my grandfather. That is the man that rode or ride on the horseback to collect Ifa leaves, Ifa plants from the forest near and far. Because during that time, no bike, no car, there is only the rich and wealthy priest can afford to buy a horse and use that horse not for racing, but just to use it to go and collect some herbs, Ifa plants, roots from a nearby farm or groups around. So this Jawifa, and that's my grandfather's nickname. And then my father also bear his. And then I registered it with our Nigerian Corporate Affairs Commission in 1985. So this is Jawifa. So
So Baba, you mentioned that we just spoke about proverbs and we spoke about other aspects of culture. What I'm what I'm getting is that the herbs as well are just our communion with nature, which include the plants, is so
mm,
fun is so fundamental to our people's culture, to our people's progress. So
yes,
can you speak a little bit about the significance, the importance of knowing about the right plants, knowing about herbs in general, knowing about what people in the West call the plant kingdom? What
yes,
is
part of our training. Because uh, I was born into it, and even within our area, they will be teaching us this is the plan for this, and the purpose is for Omero. Those that are for Omero, the way that we are practicing African traditional religion, we know that Omero is like water, or have bad water to cool uh, life, or to wash, or to clean, to energize, to activate our self or activate our visa. And some of those plants are cool plants, not something that contain any negative energy. And we can call some of them ododo, even it is going now in US, or tete. Tete also is a spinach. It's something that grows in Africa, in the US, in Jamaica, even in Caribbean, in Brazil, I've seen it, and Venezuela, I've seen it in Cuba. So that is common. Ododo is common. And then during dry season, wet season, rainy season, that one grow naturally in our compound. So you don't have to plant it or and then you go. But it's a seasonal plant that when it's dry, that it's not. We don't have winter here in Nigeria. But it may be dry or drought or no water, no wet, no dew, no anything. They can fade off. But if we cut it and dry it and have it in our shelf with label, we can use it all year round before another rain will show up or grow again. So those are the we have many other plants that they are for umiero like that. So for what we do. So this
It's getting late,
are
and we're
medicinal
preparing.
purposes, medicinal and healing purposes. So we have a lot of them that are plants, roots, bark of trees, some other materials from the market that can be tagged as guinea pepper, bitter kola, and regular kola. So all those we use it to worship our for our spiritual purposes, but still we are still also can use them for medicinal purposes. So and then we have some that can clean our system that will be like a cleanser, that will be in the form of cleanser to clean our bowel or system to make sure that we are get rid of any unwanted fats or toxin or anything in our system. So there are some plants like that. So we have some plants that they are to mix with soap. That is, it's also for external cleansing or river shower. To take shower at the river, take shower at home, or even use for good luck for some people. Some herbs that will be mixed with black natural soap, to be like a good luck soap, love soap. Some to be like a protective soap, soap for the powerful mothers, the witches or wizard, to from bothering us. We have all that. So we have plants for so many. And we have some plants that they are strong. I've mentioned about the one that are soft and they are for positive use. We have some plants that they are strong and that they have pain. It may bite. It may be like fire that can itch. The plant that can itch someone. And all of them still have a through training. Learn how to add it together, how to preserve it, how to use small amounts, and how to apply it on our clients. So these are the aspect of plants, different plants, different bark of trees, different fruits, different other items from the market, whether fresh, or some that we can still use, always dry. So those are the things about herbs.
Yeah, with our special guest, Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi. It's to have him with us this afternoon. And again, this is kind of an interview in a sense. The network is rough, so there's a little bit of a disruption in the connection, but there's no disruption in the spiritual and emotional connection. He's coming through very clear. We thank you for joining. As we are preparing, we know that you're preparing now for your annual Ifa festival, and just as you shared with us some fundamental components of the life that you live, the life that you inherited, and the life that you teach to so many others. You spoke about culture in general. You spoke about even the power of names and the titles. You spoke about the use of herbs and the communion with nature. You spoke about protocols and decorum. I want to ask you now, as we close, to share with us about the reason for, first of all, the reason for having an annual Ifa festival like the one that you have coming up on September the 6th, but
Yeah, go
also,
ahead. Yes, thank you. So, annual festival is like what we can tag or call like annual Thanksgiving
mm,
celebration, and then to give thanks to all the divinities for protection over us, for their protection over not me alone, my wives, my children, grandchildren, my students, even my godchildren all over the world, my godchildren even here in Nigeria. So it's a week that is set aside in September every year, whereby we give thanks to our ancestors, give thanks to our Ori for guiding us, being the guardian angel, and then being the priest that have done initiation to Ifa and so many other Orisha. Each day are dedicated. So like the first day we wash all the uh, shrines and all the pots, all the icons. They are done cook. So all that and we close everything. The focus on the shrine on the power. So with this I say so for you know. So over there you see shrine is there. And we have two shrines like that. This is the big one. And we have another shrine at the other extended rooms shrine there. So the first day we will wash all those icons there. All the Ifa for myself, for my wife, for my children, for my godsons, goddaughters that are physically present during the festival or that have uh, put their icon here, but for one reason or the other, they are unable to make the trip. That we won't forget anyone. And then we have something to feast or to feed. But during the appeasement, we will have a bull, cow, male goats, female goat, pigs, and another day for ancestors, we may use kill big ram, over ram, so to feed our ancestors. And then another day will be set aside for to appeasement of the Egbe, the comrades of heaven, to the another divinity of the white priest that is known as Baba Obatala Alasofufun. The day that will be dedicated to Osun, it is the same day for Osun, for Egbe, for Obatala, just to buy the time, to save the time, and then will be a day, special day for divination for myself, wife, children, and students, so that a lot of Babala will converge here and outside to chant the Father show up for the new year, and then mark the material for the above, and to do it before that night. That day, you must do it same day. The sacrifice above for that type of special reading must not be postponed to the second day. No way. So with this, that's why it goes for 4, 5, or more days, close to a week, to do the celebration. And it's to give thanks, as I've mentioned, that it's for thanksgiving, and it's to even seek, to ask for more blessing, to ask for more protection, to ask for more guidance. But during the reading, during the annual divination, there must be an advice or warning that be given to us on how to cope, on how to live a gentle life. The advice may be how to reduce alcohol intake, drink with moderation, or not to fight, or not to avoid unnecessary arguments, or another warning or advice may be just to take care of any guests or visitors that pay us a visit. Even if it's food and some small money that we can pass with, to give it to those people that are needed. So that's part of our mission every year, on how we do the celebration, not just, although there will be a day for party, we do party, social, there will be a bandstand, be in a big event center, that will just for merry making, to rejoice with each other. So everything is one day, the use of this event. So it's so to celebrate, it's important. And it's not just about food and drinks alone. It has a purpose, it has a significance. So we celebrate many more years on that. So, so, so.
For first of all, for showing up in our world, for who you are and being such inspirational and influential teacher. As we close off this session, this interview, I want to ask you two questions in one. First, even regarding your festival, is there a particular theme? Is there a particular theme or focus for this year's festival? And then number two, anything that you would want to share with the people of the world, any words of wisdom to help us navigate through these turbulent times, change happening in the world. And even on the continent, we saw the other day where one of the neighbors to Nigeria, Burkina Faso, the 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 military leader decided to follow in the footsteps of his predecessor Thomas Sankara, the upright man, and to nationalize the gold mines. And we see that as being a progressive move because, as you and many others have shared, most of the leaders are robbing the countries and keeping the money for themselves. So we
Yes.
see a lot of things happening, but still there are so many other things happening that may be discouraging. So again, is there any theme for this year's festival, and what words of wisdom would you like to share imparting to the people of the world to help us to navigate these times that we're moving through?
My theme for this year is for people not to see a priest, a working priest, a servant priest, not to see us as a lazy person. Because we are working during the day and sometimes we work at night in a spiritual way to serve many, to protect many, to provide for many. So, uh, so the thing is for us to on any priest that are doing the spiritual work or that have been doing it for years. It's good to encourage them and to cherish their knowledge, cherish their power, cherish their time for being there and how to cope with the fellow citizens. So my other advice, and I not count that as a team, is for our elders, and I've said it many, many times, is for especially our political elites to have belief system in African faith, or if possible for them to swear an oath taken in the traditional way, swearing to this office I'm holding, I will serve to the best of my ability. I won't enrich myself in a dubious way. I won't loot the treasury. Two Orisha is there for them to choose from, whether Ogun or Shango. Those are big judge that we've been saying it for more than 3 decades now. Most of them are afraid of doing that type of oath taking. So if you can handle that throughout the Africa, the world to be a better place to live. So that's my other things that I mean.
That was very powerful advice, and I remember I played that conversation that we had previously where you mentioned that, even in the context of the theme for last year of reminding the leaders of the world to cleave to their tradition,
Yes.
that people who so haphazardly swear on the Bible and other books, let's get them to give their word in the name of one of these ancient African
Yes.
traditions being,
Osogbo,
yes,
Osogbo, this with their own religious, whether the Holy Quran or Bible, they can have that our home to raise. That will make it strong and meaningful. And it will put that fear in their mind that as we are in Ogun, I must not do all these things of dubious acts. So, so that with that they will desist from looting our treasury or taking our money to the outside world. So through the money laundering system. So it's paying and it's counting on many people's lives because a lot of Africans they are suffering and they shouldn't be like that. So since we have all these natural resources, the leaders are the worst. They don't care for their fellow citizens. So,
We're grateful for the reminder from you that as a people we have checks and balance system in place to make sure that people don't stay wayward. The power is in the people and the power is in the people's traditions. So Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi,
yes,
Bom Osogbo land, Bale Apowe of Odua land,
yes,
Agesin, Ifa.
yes,
Thank you so much for being with us. And we pray that you will have a very successful and joyful festival occasion with your
yes,
family.
yes. Thank you.
Please keep us in your prayers because just like on the continent, we're at a crossroads where we are being forced to look at ourselves,
Thank
um, accept ourselves as we are, and stand up on our own 2 feet and get the oppressors off of our backs.
you. And you reframe it, say it again.
I just I pray that you have a great festival that is full of joy and
Thank you.
progress, and we
Yes,
ask you to continue to keep us in the diaspora in your prayers as well.
sure, sure. I'm
Because
going for
we are facing the same madness as those leaders on the continent,
yes,
where the people are attempting to ravage the world, but we know that we have the opportunity to stand up on our own 2 feet.
yes. We pray fervently, and the winds and power of prayers will touch everyone. Because in Ifa says, afẹ́fẹ́ kì í fẹ́ ọmọ kan ara igi lóko. That is when the wind blows across the rivers, sea, and trees or thick forest. So our prayers shall manifest and then we go across to any nook and cranny of the world. So we celebrate many, many more years together. Say,
Well, thank you and have a good night. And please extend our love, convey our love and respect to the family.
yes, thank you. Thank you. Greet your family also for me, your wife, your friend, your co-workers, your people. Yes, greet all of them and your family. Greet them for me. And our viewers that are watching us, I'm happy that you create time to listen, to hear, and to hear one word or two for this day. So, yes.
Odabo.
Other love, love.
Yes, we've been tuning in with Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi. We'll post as we posted again this festival. But it's just such a great joy to be able to sit at the feet of elders who are not just olders. You know, there's a great distinction we make between olders and elders. No disrespect to people who are just old, you know, they've lived some life. But elders, they have applied wisdom to their lives, trial and error, and allowed themselves to be tried and tested and proven to themselves and to the world um, of the sustenance of good character. So that's a great blessing to have those amongst us. So we celebrate Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi. Again, for those of y'all just tuning in or will tune in to the replay, like and share the video, and let these types of discourses go viral. Drama free, sucker free. Just all about wisdom and the sharing of knowledge. Baba shared so much with us, and we know the network was kind of choppy, but his message came through clear about the culture of respect, about the culture of paying attention to our indigenous ways, about the culture, and that includes the culture of cultivating and learning, most of all, learning. So, learning how to cultivate the sacred herbs, which work for spiritual means as well as physical means, because in the ancient way, there's no separation between the physical reality and the spiritual reality in that way, you know. We learn our spirituality so that we can navigate this present world. So we're grateful for Baba Agbongbon Fakayode Faniyi, and we're grateful for y'all tuning in. In a few hours, we're going to tune in with our brother Imam Ihsan Muhammad. We got a double header, and I'm really looking forward to that because long before Indigenous Peoples Month, which is the official, what's the word, designation for a month of focus on the indigenous people of the world. It's indigenous people life every day. So we're grateful for this. We're grateful for this, and we're tuned in to ourselves. So stay tuned to yourself at all times.